Hi, this is Carolina, the Soul Coach. Welcome to my podcast. Hello, and welcome to this week's Sunday Catchup podcast. How are you, and how has your week been? Mine has been flat. Yeah, it's been a bit flat this week. I think flat's okay. Nothing too exciting. It's just been a steady week. Up and down, bit roller coastery, bit like I went from one day feeling absolute bliss and in connection with everything and feeling joy and light and bright to feeling absolutely fearful, scared. And I just find it really interesting how life can give us this absolute feelings of this whole one with universe and everything's great and it's all great and you can trust and and the sun is shining and everything else, to then like the biggest cloud comes over. It covers up all that bright sun. That's what it feels like. Just feels like that cloud. And I have been talking to so many people that have felt like that. And I don't think it's just this week. It's just highlighted this week. And maybe that's what I need to talk about on this podcast, is that we can feel this absolute amazing joy, and then we can feel like this darkness or this really cloud. But the message for me and what I always remember is that sun is always shining, no matter how cloudy, how stormy, whatever's going on in our life, that sun is always shining. And but sometimes it's difficult to see the sun, feel the sun. So right now, today, I'm still feeling a little bit a little bit fearful. I know the joy is within reach, but I know for some reason or another for life, I just need to learn a lesson about what this is and just be this, knowing that I'm not it, and just know that this time will pass. But the universe, my body, whatever, my thoughts, there needs to be some kind of clearing. There needs to be some reveal. There's going to be something. So I'm just going with it. So yeah, it's been a bit of a strange week. I think that there's a lot of change going to happen for us next year, like a lot. And it's so amazing what's potentially there, but you just don't know. As much as I think I'm in control, my brain is in control, we all know it's not. And that the universe has a plan, my purpose, my soul has a plan, and I just need to let go and ride with it, just being present every day and doing what I need to do every day and trust in that magic. You know, I'm sharing this with you because it's what's coming into my mind now to help me move forward. So I hope you don't mind me sharing it with you, but it's quite interesting, really, isn't it? As we're talking about it, because it's literally that. It's just being so present to our feelings, so present to what's here, and then following the magic. And sometimes the actions don't come. So we're kind of in this holding position, which is what it feels like for me this week, and just processing how I'm feeling about that. And then sometimes we get inspired action. And so it's just trusting that inspired action does come, and know that it will come and that this time will pass. So this is the kind of thing that I'm processing this week. I had the most amazing therapy session this week. It was so cool. And I love to have a therapy session because it really helps me clear out. But I just think it's a process. It's an inquiry. And yeah, so this moment in time, I'm feeling like how the UK is feeling. It's a bit windy out there. It's quite very windy right out there. There feels like it's going to get a little bit more windier, but we're okay. We're okay in this moment. We're safe. Just doing this Sunday Catch-Up podcast, and I'm warm. I'm safe it's okay, and just wait for the storm to pass and move forward and just see what we need to do. So anyway, I've got a secret to reveal because last week I said about the secret, so I can reveal it now. It's also very exciting. So what happened was our Harriet, our daughter, boyfriend, for a few weeks wanted to come and see Will, but they just couldn't get together. And then he had something he wanted to give to Will, a consumer unit, I think it was. Anyway, wasn't happening. And then Will was just going, oh, give it to Hattie, and then Matt would try again, and Will wasn't around, Anyway, they were going on holiday on Wednesday, not this week, but the week before. And I said to Will, I just had this overwhelming feeling. I just said to Will, I said, I think Matt needs to speak to you. I think he needs to see you. And they're going on holiday on Wednesday to the Maldives. And he just looked at me and he went, oh. So they met up. I'd completely guessed what was going to happen. And then last week, Saturday, we get the call. Matt had proposed to Harriet. And yeah, she said yes. And I'm rubbish with things like that with her because I get so excited. And because I'd guessed, hadn't been completely confirmed, but I had a ruse that something was going to happen. And yeah, it happened. But the funny thing was, because I kind of had this inkling, I had to speak to Harriet in the week before she went. And I just had to be so poker face. It was so hard. But I did it, and she was totally shocked, totally surprised. And yeah, it was really nice. I'm so happy for them. I really am. And just it's going to be great. So now, oh my goodness me, if you've been listening to my podcast, I have got a bit of a purpose now to start exercising. So fingers crossed that does it and I get motivated. However, I was talking to someone else. So anyway, just before I digress, congratulations to Matt and Hattie. I don't think they listen necessarily to this podcast, but if they do, congratulations. Couldn't be happier, and wish you all the very best in your lifetime of happiness and blessings and everything great that comes your way, and that may you go through the challenges together. We wish that, don't we, for anyone and everyone. So I was going to digress then, and you know what? I've completely forgotten what I was going to say. Why does that happen? That's so funny. Anyway, I'll come back to that. So it's Christmas. Christmas is fast approaching, isn't it? It's 2.5 weeks away. And are you ready? It's really weird because again, it feels Christmas flat. It comes around same time every year. Are you ready? You prepped? I'm kind of it. Are you feeling Christmassy? I kind of remember over years feeling Christmassy for quite some time. And even though Will and I have been watching the Christmas movies, which we've been thoroughly enjoying, just love it. And I'm just still not feeling very Christmassy. Maybe as we go on in another week or so, we might start feeling a bit Christmassy. But it's kind of like all the lights are on, everything's there, we see it, but there's just a feel with Christmas, and I'm just not feeling it yet. It's really weird. It feels like it's a bit strange. So, how about you? How are you feeling about Christmas? Nah, or yeah, I'm feeling really Christmassy. Have you got your Christmas presents? Our shop's looking amazing. Quest is looking fantastic. It's looking all lighty, and people have been buying Christmas presents for their loved ones, and we love it seeing people what they buy and knowing that that's going under the Christmas tree. So yeah, super. It's coming, it really is. But a pretty good bonus happened this morning. I found Magic Christmas. So the radio station Magic does a Christmas music all day long. So guess what I'm going to be listening to in the mornings and in the evenings to try and get into the Christmas spirit. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it was good singing along to the songs. I'm loving it. So, right, what else happened this week? So on Sunday was an awesome day, I have to say. I attuned 5 Reiki Masters. Alison and I ran the course, and yeah, it was an honour passing on the Reiki baton and seeing so many lovely ladies just having done so much hard work in order to receive their mastership. So that was a wonderful day, full of Reiki, full of love. It was just amazing, just absolutely loved it. And yeah, super excited to see where they go with their Reiki journey. And yeah, it's lovely. It's really nice. And out of a conversation that I had with Alistair in the week, who's our tech support, and he puts the podcast together and he does the websites and does he's built the app for us, and he does so much. We're just having a bit of a brainstorm with him, and he kind of sort of said about a Reiki podcast, and I'm like, I love that idea. So I've started a Reiki podcast where we're going to be talking about all things Reiki, and I just think it'll be great for us Reiki people, because where do you go to get support, answer questions, hear other people's journeys? So it's going to be, I'm really delighted to have been able to start that. So I've done 1 episode. It's just very short. Just did one sharing my Reiki journey and everything else. I could have talked for hours and hours and hours, but just want to keep it short and sweet. So yeah, if you're Reiki interested and you want to come on the podcast, or you want to have a question, please let me know. And yeah, I'm going to interview as many Reiki people as possible. So let me know. So that was really interesting. And the other big reveal this week was the quantum slit experiment animation that we've been working on has finally come out on YouTube. So I just wanted to explain a little bit more about this. So let's just go back to 2018 BC, before COVID. And I was teaching Reiki, and one of the ladies there, Carly, she showed me a YouTube cartoon for children about the quantum slit experiment. It blew my mind, literally blew my mind. So basically what this cartoon was saying was that energy observed changes. And I was like, oh, and this is what this cartoon was saying. Energy observed changes. And I'm like, wow. And it took me a while to get my head around it, because it was really like, it was such a light bulb moment for me. It was such an awakening back in 2018, because I really knew about manifestation and knew about law of attraction. But literally, we are consciousness. We are constantly in action. We are constantly manifesting. We constantly are, because we're just energy, and energy is just energy. And so then when we observe energy, it comes into form. And that's what this quantum slit experiment was proving. And the physicists have no idea why this happens, that when energy is observed, it changes. So I did some more research, and I have done an animation to explain how that relates to us. And it's so interesting. So if you're interested on this and my interpretation of this, but literally it's fascinating, and do some own research in it. It's amazing. I just love, and I have no idea why. So we are creating our reality. Yes, we are. We are fully creating our reality. And that is huge. And if our brains could begin to understand it, which I don't even think it's possible, we can literally we can just let go of so many things. I'm telling myself this more. But also, so I think that there's that on one level. And then on another level, so we manifest from two ways. One, for our actions and our thoughts and our interpretations and everything else. And two, we do have a soul's purpose. But the more we're present, the more we're going to hear what that is and be guided. So anyway, it's a 3-minute animation. Look it up on YouTube, on my Soul Coach TV, and see what you think. I think it's pretty cool. And Alejandra put it together, and she's so skilled. Nicola, our good friend, narrated it, and amazing teamwork. And yeah, I'm so happy. It literally is fantastic. And I'm going to keep watching it because my brain, we just need daily reminders. And that's what's so great about my app, is it gives us those daily reminders. And I'm hoping, and I think I say this every week, there's going to be some new meditations on there, and there is a journal coming for you. But there is such a cool thing that you can now share these affirmations, and you can daily remind your friends, if they haven't got the app, if they've got an Android and they don't have the Apple app. They have an Apple phone, they can get their own app. But I think it's really good. And we've been doing that, sharing these affirmations. So that's really good. Oh, how are we doing? So what do we want to talk about now? I think I just want to talk about just being present and just coming fully into this moment and allowing yourself to feel everything in this moment, and just stop for a minute. Just stop. And when you can, just do this. We listen to this and then we crack on. But try in your day just to stop. And I'm going to do that this week. I'm just going to have these moments of presence, of just stillness, of just stopping. And just being present. And becoming aware of the gaps between the words and the breath. And coming into that moment. Because that's where the magic is, in between those moments. And with me saying this, I can feel my whole body start to relax. I start to feel the joy again. I literally am doing this because when I started out doing this podcast, I started to feel that fear again, that cloud was there. But literally, while I'm talking to you and I'm becoming aware of the gaps between my words, I'm becoming aware of my breath, I'm starting to feel the ripples of joy again. And my brain, that intuitive part of my brain, that part in my body is starting to reassure me. All is well. All is okay. Come back to this moment. There is magic in this moment. That's all we need to do, is come back to ourselves. Come back to the here and now. It's interesting, isn't it? Are you following this? Are you feeling this? And I think the more that we practice this, the more we'll become still, the more our vibrations will rise. We'll be able to deal with whatever comes this way. And there is magic in this. And then we can get going again. How long did that take? That took literally 3 minutes. And I'm literally feeling so much gratitude, love, and I'm feeling the joy again. And that took 3 minutes. I'm going to do a meditation on this, not right now, but I'm going to record a meditation for the app to come back to ourselves, to come back into that stillness and to become aware of the gaps, to become aware of those spaces between the words. Because that's where the magic happens. So I think that's it for me this week. Let's just think about what's coming up over the next week. So we've got 2.5 weeks till Christmas. We've got 2.5 weeks till the holiday time. It's going to be a busy one. But we can remember to come back to this stillness, to this moment, come back to the joy, come back to the present. And you know, with me, it's really interesting the contrast between me feeling the fear and my brain trying to figure it out, and it hasn't been able to figure it out. But actually, by me going into it and just being here, it's like it's dispersing. It's really profound. I love the wisdom. I love the inspiration, because I literally didn't plan to talk about this. It wasn't on my notes. I've covered everything on my notes. But there's some inspiration happening. Magic happening. So feeling the joy, feeling the gratitude, feeling the love. Know you're loved. Come back to yourself. Come back to your sacred self. You're okay. All is well. Enjoy. Sending you huge amounts of love. Take care whatever you're doing. Bring presence to what you're doing this week. Look forward to catching up with you next week on Sunday Catchup podcast. I've personally got some treats this week, and I can't wait to share some of the magic next week with you. And yeah, have a good one. Take lots and lots of care, and speak soon. Take care. Bye.